Welcome to study session 10, Social Worker in Group Settings. Introduction. In this study session, we will focus on the basics of group dynamics and the skills necessary to facilitate group work. Many additional concepts, skills, and techniques can be acquired through advanced training in group work. Learning outcomes. When you have studied this session, you should be able to define the term group, itemize at least 3 types of group, list and explain the leadership skills. Definition of a group. There are a variety of ways to define a group, and many types of groups exist. For the purpose of our discussion, we can define a group as a collection of people who share a common purpose and who come together to achieve their goals by working together in sonic form. The primary characteristics of groups include the following. Group members perceive themselves to be a part of a group. Members are interdependent in some manner. Members strive to achieve goals. Members influence each other in some way. Types of groups. Since human services workers function in a variety of settings, the variety of groups they may be involved with is large. The following categories illustrate the broad range of types of groups. Families with problems, goal-oriented groups, task forces, teams, commissions, and so on. Personal growth groups, assertiveness, sensitivity, encounter, T groups, treatment groups, group therapy, group counseling, around a wide variety of problems and using a wide variety of approaches, such as Gestalt, rational emotive, and transactional analysis therapies. It should be noted that categories can overlap to some extent. Often, groups can have a multiple focus. For example, they may be both therapeutic and educational for members. Group leadership skills. Group leaders share many traits with orchestra conductors. Benjamin, 1978. Both set the pace and the tone for the rest of the group. A worker who leads a group must be aware of the needs and goals of all members. What follows is an examination of basic group leadership skills found to be most useful in and applicable to group settings in the human services field. Selecting group members. In many groups, especially in therapy or counseling groups, the selection of group members is an important consideration. Establishing a balanced group composition is often desirable. The worker might want to provide a varied mix of young and old, male and female, or talkative and quiet. Previous knowledge and information about an individual can help the worker make appropriate decisions concerning a person's suitability to a particular group. Establishing goals. Once the group is established, the leader, together with the group members, must determine the group's objectives and goals. Goals are based on the members' level of functioning. In a group with a low level of functioning, the goals are usually set by the leader. Whether the goals are specific or general, they must be clearly defined and agreed upon by the group members. The leader should normally discuss group goals, suggest procedures, and provide an opportunity for group members to express their views. Establishing norms. Establishing a clear set of group rules at the beginning helps the group to proceed more effectively toward its goals and enables the leader to determine whether or not the group is on the right track. Group rules or guidelines might address the issue of confidentiality by having participants agree to discuss group matters only within the confines of the group itself. Another rule might involve allowing each member to finish talking before another member can interrupt. 4. Intervening. The helper intervenes by stepping in and attempting to change, modify, or point out something that is occurring in the group. Intervening is not focused exclusively on blocking negative aspects of a client's behavior. It can also be used to point out the positive aspects. For example, a helper may intervene between two clients who are arguing over a particular issue to point out to one of the clients that she is finally standing up for what she believes in. The leader may also intervene when one member violates the established rules over the group. Sometimes groups get stuck. The leader may intervene in a group discussion when the discussion has reached an impasse. The leader may then suggest additional or alternative ways of viewing the situation or problem. The leader may also intervene by introducing a specific therapeutic technique, such as role-playing, to help clarify and bring additional insights to a particular problem a client or group of clients may be experiencing. Knowing how and when to move in is as important in group work as it is in interviewing. Promoting interaction. By skillfully facilitating, the group leader helps to promote and bring about interaction among the group members. Promoting interaction can lead to the establishing of clear channels of communication among clients. When group members are linked to one another, they begin to work together and relate personally to one another. To be effective as a facilitator, the leader needs to be insightful and sensitive. The leader has to find ways of relating the concerns of one individual to the concerns or struggles of another. This provides further opportunities for mutual support and helps to develop a feeling of interconnectedness and cohesiveness. The result of this process can be the creation of a climate of safety and acceptance in which members trust one another and are therefore likely to engage in productive interchanges. Corey and Corey, 1977. As a facilitator, the group leader helps the participants to express their problems, provide support as members explore aspects of themselves, and essentially helps group members reach their individual goals through this mutually influencing process. Appraising, evaluating. The group leader must appraise the ongoing process and goals of the group. It is particularly helpful to do this after each group meeting. The leader must reflect on what is happening in the group, the direction it seems to be taking, how it helps certain participants and not others, and the types of interventions that may be helpful in the next group session. Often a leader will suggest that the members become part of this process by sharing their evaluations of what is happening in the group with group members. In this process, group members can become more aware of how they are influenced by others and how others may be influenced by them. As a result of the process, constructive changes or now goals can be implemented to enable the group to fulfill more of each member's stated needs. Termination in the group. The issue of termination emerges in every group in various ways. Workers must know how to end each group session. Sessions can be terminated in a number of ways. The leader can suggest to members how to transfer what they have learned in the group to other life situations or environments. The leader can summarize what happened during a session or can ask the members to think about some point that has emerged. The leader can also end a session by suggesting mini goals for clients to work on. Workers must know when it is most appropriate for a certain member to leave the group. In this decision, the worker must consider and evaluate all available information pertaining to the client, such as the client's stated goals, his or her past and present abilities to achieve stated goals, and whether the group is still useful for the client's present situation. A worker must also know when an entire group has completed its work so that it is time to dissolve the group. As the group achieved its stated purposes or goals, if the leader has previously highlighted a clear set of group goals, developed constructive group guidelines, and consistently monitored the group's progress, the group is now in a good position to decide about termination. Study session summary. In this study session, we discussed responsibilities of a human services worker to sometimes involve working with groups. This requires using the skills previously discussed in somewhat different manner, as well as using additional skills. End of study session 10. Thank you for listening.